Welcome, everyone.
What's going on?
Happy Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. Can you believe we're already in August?
I cannot.
For all the ones that are just coming in because this is a public live, my name is Lee.
My name is Patty.
We're from Paravisions Paranormal Society, Ghostly Travels. You are watching us on All Things Creepy.
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa, hello. It's been a while since we've seen her. I hope you're doing well and having a great summer. I must type in hello, everyone. So, we haven't been on a podcast in a couple weeks. Yeah. July 15th was the last time we were on
July 15th.
Right. Yep. So, guys, we do apologize. Travis, how are you? I hope your family's doing well, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Let's talk about our first topic.
Let's do it.
Okay? Because you're awful quiet over there.
Well.
So, guys, there it is. It's up on the board. This weekend, Patty and I, and unfortunately, the team, both of my guys have things going on. But Bob and Denise will be with us this weekend. We're going to be at the Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up. I love this place. We were there back on July 12th, which you see. And we had a small group, which was perfect. And so if you are in the area or if you want to travel to the area, we would love to have you this Saturday. Doors open at 6. And we investigate all night. Your ticket, you can get your ticket at the website there. It is, where is the website? I don't see it on there.
Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing.
I see no website, but you can go to the Bell Mansion or you can look them up and send them a message and get your ticket, or you can pay at the door. And that ticket includes 101, pizza, drinks, and investigation for the night.
Snacks. She puts all sorts of
Yeah,
snacks.
they had all kinds of stuff out there,
Yep.
Stephanie. So we're going to be there, and we hope you guys can come out and join us because we're going to have a fun time. So join us, guys. It's going to be fabulous, fabulous, fabulous.
Yep.
So that is this weekend. And go ahead.
I just wanted to chime in and say that is such a great location. Like,
Right.
it is clean. There's working clean restrooms, which I find very important.
Right.
There's ample parking. You know, it's just,
Hey, Roger, how's it going? Happy Tuesday, buddy.
what's up? Yeah, just all around great
Yeah,
place.
Fort Wayne, we got there early last in July, and we ate at this little place outside called The Deck.
Yep.
And right there on the river, that's a fun little city.
Yeah, it actually, there were a lot of people just out and about walking. There appeared
Right.
to be kind of like a riverfront scene kind of thing. You know, it was just, it was hot, but it was really nice. There was a really good breeze. I'm trying to catch up by reading Travis's
Absolutely.
comment there.
Doing well and taking it day by day. Absolutely. So we'll be praying for you and your family, your baby, and your
Yep.
wife, and God bless all of you.
Yep, you want to keep that baby in there a little longer.
All right. Hello, Laura.
Yeah.
Welcome from YouTube. So, so the town was great. Get there early. Go get you some dinner. If you want to come out, we would love to have you. And we have a good time, guys. We're just laid back. It's your time. We're just having fun. So that's this weekend. When we were there last time, we did get a lot of really cool things and a lot of twisted things coming through, which that's what you expect on an investigation when you got a place like this where multiple people come through there to investigate. You know, it's not what's in the building that stays. It's what people bring into the building that mixes with that, can cause a lot of other problems. So you always got to remember that we're all energy, we're all spirits. We have spirit guides, we have attachments. You may think you don't, but you do. They follow, and then when they come in, of course, they're mixing with everybody else's spirit guides and attachments, plus what's in the building. You just never know what's going to happen. So it's a fun time, and we love doing these. And talking with the owner, Angie. That's who it is, Laura. I was like, okay, we'll be back at the Murphy this weekend with the girls.
Oh, nice.
But I really appreciate the invite, and we're going to talk about that place here in a second.
Yep.
So come out, have a good time with us, and like I was saying with the owner, we're going to be collaborating with her on some other things at her other building that she had asked us to do. So I'm excited about that and that relationship. So stay tuned. There's more to come.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to shut this one off.
Later, Bell Mansion.
And we're going to talk about where we were Friday with Laura, Ashley, and Sherry.
Yep.
Where were we again?
We were at the Murphy Theater in Wilmington, Ohio.
Yes. Murphy Theater, built in 1918.
Test.
Correct. And where was it?
Test.
There was something across the street at one time.
Well, there's a B&B across, kind of diagonal across the street called General Denver.
Yes.
But also across the street was a theater that was owned by the same people called the Cup Theater. See that, Roger? We were right by you.
I know. He was texting me. He says, I didn't know you were going to be in town this weekend. That night when we started, when you guys were doing the walk around.
Yeah, we didn't really expect it. It was a last-minute invite.
Yeah, we were a last minute. But it was a fun time, and we really appreciate the girls. And they invited us to come this weekend, but unfortunately we have things going on. But it was the history. Okay, first of all, the location. A beautiful theater that still runs today. They do a lot of different events through the week.
Heck, tonight, Tuesday night, is trivia night.
Right. So they do trivia on Tuesdays.
Yep.
This is a place that you should go. If you're in Wilmington, Ohio, go to Murphy Theater. Phenomenal place. We got to walk the entire building, projection room, the office hallway area, the theater. The one place we did not get to go to because we were busy with other locations, the basements. There's 2 basements.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I did on a
Hello, Dan. How are you?
What's up? On our walkthrough, I did get to see the green rooms and the the orchestra pit.
You did. You get to. Yeah, I did not.
And actually, I had turned to Sherry as we were walking down the hallway, like the green rooms, and there were restrooms and such. And I stopped and I looked back and I said, I just heard a male in there. And she goes, oh. And I'm like, we'll have to come back. And we never made it down there. We were just, it was kind of a short night and we were busy.
Yeah, I mean, and we really, truly appreciate. Here, Travis wants to know. This is for Patty, I'm assuming.
I did not, however.
See, you're getting, hold up. You're getting this in the paranormal community now. And it's just going to get worse.
Look, I don't care. Listen, everyone, bats belong outside, not inside, not dive bombing this little hairdo. This hairdo, no, outside. There's nothing wrong with that.
So what did you and Carlo get to fix that situation?
Oh, they're going to have to tune in and see.
Oh, and you know what? That ties into what we're talking about next. Which releases September 19th, Season 1 of Entity Explorers.
Yep.
2 teams collided together. Orbs from Northern Ohio, Paravision's Paranormal Society from Southern Ohio, collided halfway through. After all these years investigating on their own, they collided together to form Entity Explorers. And the walks of Entity Explorers is Carlo, Heather, Jake, and Kyle. Paravision's Paranormal Society is Patty and Lee. What we go through, guys, on the ones that you're going to see starting September 19th is going to blow you away. And how we collided like this. And what we bring to the table is true para unity, okay? True para unity, meaning we always bring two guests from another team or individuals that's in the paranormal. And they get to investigate with us. The nights are crazy. I mean, we had Clyde, Ohio, Tiffin, Ohio,
Sumner, Illinois.
Sumner, Illinois. Didn't we do 4?
Yes.
Yeah. We're missing. Oh, the train.
Bellevue?
Bellevue. Oh, so we did Clyde, Tiffin, Bellevue, Sumner, Illinois. Okay. Let me go back here. We've got some things. Travis, but they just want to play. Much love, though. I haven't experienced the bad trying to dive bomb me.
It is terrifying.
Well, then just hang out with Patty.
Yeah.
Investigate one night with Patty. Yeah. They find her.
They go around everyone and head straight for me.
They do. Thank you so much, Travis.
Yep. I can't wait to see what people think
Liz,
about
how
it.
are you? Thank you so much. We had Perceived Paranormal, and that's the last one we did, July 15th.
Yes.
Yeah. Laura. All right. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you guys. And guys, if you guys have hold on, I want to hide that real quick. If you guys have YouTube, please go over and follow. If you're watching it already, you're on our YouTube, Paravision's Paranormal Society. Go over to Entity Explorers and subscribe. That's where we're starting. Guys, we're starting on YouTube, Amazon Prime. We're going to be on Roku and many, many more. Okay. Many, many more. So stay tuned for this. This is just the beginning. Here in 3 weeks, we head to Middle Bass Island for August. Guys, we do something crazy. Every investigation is something crazy. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what Travis has to say. Once things calm down for myself and Justin, we definitely would love to do an absolute.
Yeah,
Here's what we're going to do. I'm speaking now. We will have you two as a guest on Entity Explorers. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned for that. Yep. Hello there. How are you today?
Oh, I hope your finger is feeling better.
Did you see? I saw her post.
Jacked herself up.
Yeah, you can't play the piano that way.
I know.
Ouch. Well, guys, we're going to bring in our guest. I see that he's arrived. And it looks like Dogman let him come out.
Oh, boy.
So let's introduce Joedy Cook.
How you doing?
How are you, sir? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Was your ears burning today?
A little bit.
Because I was talking to my mom, and my mom told me to tell you hello.
Hello.
Because I told her, I was like, guess who we're having tonight? She goes, who? And I said, Joedy. Remember he sat with you and Aunt Shirley at our wedding? She goes, tell him I said hello. That is a sweet man. Mm-hmm. So how have you been, stranger?
Doing good. Yeah.
Good. And we definitely.
You have up there the Universal Monsters. I like that.
Yeah, I got that at a festival. And
right up here in Hamilton.
Right here in Hamilton.
Yeah.
This guy's brother did that.
Really?
That's neat. And he had $100 on it. And I walked up, I told Patty, I said, I got to go back. I got to get this. And I said, would you do $50? And I didn't know the brother was there. Well, then he said, here, let's talk. And he goes, you know what? This is our last night here. Yeah, I'll sell it to you for $50. I think it's huge.
It's nice.
Yeah, I love it. I was like blown away. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting this for $50.
And so many people afterwards, when we were walking around, that were like, oh, I wanted to go back for that.
Right. So I'm like, sorry, it's mine now.
Snooze, you lose. Yeah.
So how you go ahead?
No, I was just gonna say. So what the heck have you been up to?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, we've been working a lot on our website. We've been doing a lot of investigations. we've been getting a lot of reports in, and we're trying to get stuff put on the website in our map area so we get all the areas mapped out where all the sightings, and there's just so much stuff.
And it's a constantly thing, probably working on the maps, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're probably about a month behind on just getting stuff up there. Yeah. I mean, we're doing really good. We get we're at around 4,000 views a month.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so we do pretty good. Yeah.
We need to properly introduce Joedy.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
not. He's
Who
not
is
just.
he? What's he do?
He's just not a brother of ours.
Right.
That we haven't seen in forever. Which we got to get together soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But Joedy, I don't even know. I'm gonna let Joedy introduce himself of who he is. If people don't know him, you're missing out. I mean, this guy, he introduced us to hunting Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Dogman. We've helped him out in the field doing audio.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, fascinating guy. He was, like I said, he's not just a friend, he's family because he's been at our wedding. That's how much we love him. So just go ahead and share a little bit about you, man.
Well, I've been doing cryptid research for about 30 years, a little over 30 years. I was a UFO investigator prior to doing all this stuff. Now, back in the late 80s, early 90s, we had public access TV. A lot of people probably don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we did a live TV show the first Wednesday of every month called UFO Update Live. And you could call in. We had guests. It was a really good show. I mean, it picked up in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. So we got a lot of views, a lot of good feedback from it. So we were starting getting a lot of reports on cryptids, especially Bigfoot. And so myself and George Clapperson decided, let's go and, do some of this cryptid stuff. And we kind of fell into it. And I mean, I loved it. I mean, it was great. And actually, I was in the Army Reserve at the time and actually had a sighting of a Bigfoot on a military base. But I never told anybody for 15 years about my sighting that I had, because I just didn't, being a cryptid researcher at the time, I didn't want to say, hey, I saw Bigfoot, so I kind of kept it to myself and things. And just kind of, like you said, fell into it. And the cryptid field got really political, it got really political, really bad. It was to the point, if you didn't have the right last name, or you weren't part of the circle or the buddy system, you weren't doing conferences or doing podcasts, or, things like that. And because, I was always the researcher that was, if you're going to go out to the field and do an investigation, okay, you have to be, 70-80% skeptic when you're out there. Okay. If you find evidence, okay, and before you present the evidence, you would say, now, if there was a cryptid court, could I present this evidence as fact or something like that? Could I convince a jury with it? That's what it is. And most people in the field never did that. They just, came up with blurry pictures of Bigfoot, because at the time, a lot of people were using digital cameras and pixels, were making different, shapes with shadow and light and stuff. And, never wanted to use the word alleged or anything like that. Oh, this is what it is. And I was just one of these people that, I didn't want to go that route. I just, I knew these animals exist, but I just wanted to make sure that, if I'm going to present my evidence, I want to make sure that I'm not going to have anybody come back on me on it.
Right.
And a lot of people in the field, they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that someone was actually using their head and questioning stuff. Just because you saw an impression in the ground doesn't mean Bigfoot did it. just because you saw a tree branch broken doesn't mean Bigfoot did it. It was like one of those things, and it was, so I left the Bigfoot field, got into the Dogman research, and I fell in love with it. And I've been doing really good with that. I've written a couple books about it, written a couple books about Bigfoot too. I did, remember the show Mysteries and Monsters in America?
Yep.
I did the whole research for that show. I did, I got, they came to me. I wrote up everything there was about the different cryptids. I got them witnesses and so forth. I mean, that was great. And, I was able to do that they were able to come to me to do that. And I've done research for other television shows on cryptids. And, I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Guys, this guy's got all kinds of stories, because I see that there was someone asked, hey, I want to hear the stories from all of you. What made you decide to become an investigator? So we'll start with Joedy. What made you start doing UFO?
I was always into UFOs. Okay. I was always into Bigfoot as a kid. I remember going and watching The Legend of Boggy Creek. And as a kid, when that first came out, I loved it. I just fell in love with it. And I remember going to the drive-in with my parents, and we went to go see one of the Planet of the Apes movies, and they ended up doing the Roger Patterson film as a trailer to the Planet of the Apes. And it's like, yeah, I'm into this. This is what I want to do. This is something, I'm fascinated with. Always believed in UFOs, that there was something to it. And I just got into it. And it's just, you probably know what I'm talking about here. When you get in so deep in it, you go out doing your research and you're using time you shouldn't have, and you're, giving up time.
You're giving it more than what you should.
Yeah, you're giving it more than what you should, because you're getting so obsessed with it.
Right.
And yeah. And it was one of those things that, I had to come back and say, this is something I need to do as a hobby and not make it my life. But it's just, I'm just fascinated with it.
God, how long have we known you? I've known you for close to 20 years.
20 years. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You guys are old.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
We're older.
Your kids were
little, right?
Little. They were like little. They're all grown up now.
Right. Now they're grown up. Our son is married now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Right. Right.
So I remember the good old days, and it's just
but for fun though, we need to get back out there and do something together.
Yeah. Actually, we're looking at doing an expedition at LBL probably at the end of September, first part of October, depending if this UFO that's supposed to be coming to Earth and doesn't attack us.
What's LBL?
Land Between the Lakes.
Which
yeah.
is a place.
You got to go on our website.
Okay.
We had a witness that got some of the best evidence of the beast of LBL. And what was so unique about this is there was a really bad storm. So they were leaving camping. So they were going down this road, no lights or anything on there. So the wife pulls out the thermal imaging, and she's just looking, and then she gets a hot spot. She says, stop. This thing comes out behind a tree, and it's about 20 minutes long, and it's moving, and it has something that is holding, and it kind of like goes back and forth because it's watching them. Really good thermal imaging. And so they contacted us and said, look, we got this. What can you do with it? So we went in, stabilized the film, ran it through filters, and what we found was a dog man that was holding a pup.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. You need to go on the website and look at it.
I'm going to.
It's the pictures are just mind blowing. And
tell us the website.
www.NorthAmericanDogmanProject.com.
All right,
It's right there. It's right there on the front page. And you can see it's like, you know, if you have a child in front of you, right? And when you pick the child up by the arms, the child tucks their legs in. You know what I'm saying? When you bring the child up. And this is exactly what this is doing. You can see the legs tuck in. And Sibylla Irving, who is a cryptid artist, I gave her a still picture. I said, draw me what you think that is. And she drew exactly what's in the picture. And you can see it on the website right there, where it's a dog man holding a child.
There.
Yeah.
You said it's www.NorthAmericanDogmanProject.com.
Okay. Yeah, Lee's going to put it in that chat over there.
So everybody can go Dogman Duck.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's probably one of the best evidence of Dogman and Land Between the Lakes right now. I mean, you know, and we have some of the video broken down to like 1 minute, 2 minute segments of the really good stuff where you can actually see it. Mm-hmm. So we did a really good job cleaning it up. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, you can tell it's a dog man. I mean, just by the shape of the head and everything.
Wow.
Now,
go ahead.
How long do you think? Like, how long has Dogman been around? Because to me, like, I've always heard of Bigfoot and Sasquatch, but Dogman seems to be a fairly more recent.
It's a newer cryptid. It's always been here. There's a lot of stories on certain folklores of a wolf that walks like a man, but it really did not start getting notice until the 1970s. In Ohio, Defiance, Ohio, it's the Defiance, Ohio werewolf case was like the first big case in the country. It lasted like 3, maybe 4 days, 5 days, where this werewolf was harassing the town of Defiance. It attacked 3 men working on the railroad tracks, 3 workers. And it got to the point where this thing was killing livestock. We had no bears in the state. It was killing, pets and things like that. And people were seeing it. And, typical werewolf is what it looked like. So the police end up getting to the point where they had to sit there and say, well, it's got to be a costume because we got reports of it wearing clothing, which they did not. But they were saying that just kind of calmed down the people.
Yeah, they didn't want them to really know everything.
Yeah, they didn't really want them to know. And what's so interesting is Stephen King's Silver Bullet is based off of that.
Oh, wow.
Because, the beginning part where the guy's killed on the train tracks, all that stuff is based off of the Defiance, Ohio case, which I think is really, really, really
That
cool.
is cool.
Yeah. And then we had the London, Ohio case in 1980s, which was a really good case. Now, this particular was more what you consider a werewolf over a dog man. It was more like your 1941 Lon Chaney werewolf. It looked a lot like that. Is the description what people were saying? It didn't.
Now, is that the one that you actually made the face of what it looked like? Didn't you make one at one time? You casted the face of that werewolf. You used to make some cool stuff.
Yeah, from a description of what some one of the witnesses there. Yeah, so it's basically like the Lon Chaney werewolf, kind of like in the picture behind you, which was really interesting case. But people actually believe that this was a transformation type entity.
Right.
Which was really, really weird. And then you have the Beast of Bray Road. You have the Michigan Dog Man. Another really good, interesting case is Shenango Valley in Pennsylvania. the dog man up there, but they have one they call the Wolf Boy, and it's a smaller one. And what's kind of unique about it is that every time people see it, he has something, he's wearing clothing, which is kind of weird,
Right.
but he's more child size, which is
That's
odd.
interesting.
But
Wow.
we've had a lot of cases where people have seen Dogman wearing like a shirt, some type
Right.
of shirt, but the shirt's been ripped or bloody. So I don't know if these things are trying to mimic humans, thinking that no one is going to, recognize them.
Exactly. Make them
Yeah,
try to blend in.
yeah, it's a possibility.
Right. And then till they get what they want, like livestock.
Yeah, I mean, we had a case that's just right over there in Covington, Kentucky, where young lady was jogging, and this is a residential area that had a little wooded area, and she's jogging, and she looks down the hill where the tree line is, and there's a like a werewolf standing there wearing a white shirt. I mean, it's weird. We got the artwork that she did, and it's odd looking. It really is. So we do get a lot of cases like that.
That's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and then we had, I don't know if you're familiar with the Akron Cemetery case, where there's a cemetery in Akron, okay. And young girl and her best friend, they had a child with them, came to visit her friend, took her out to lunch while she was on lunch break, and they go sit in this cemetery to eat lunch, okay. So as they're coming in, they see something digging in the grave, and they're filming it. And there's this werewolf digging in a grave. Boom, going in digging. And you can see this thing. It's odd looking, because we got the film from the camera, from the phone, and we were able to zoom in on it. And this thing's got high pointed ears. It's got fingers that are like this.
I was going to say some massive hands.
Massive hand. So we went up there like 2 days later, and the grave has already been dug in. Okay. But they were digging or covering the grave up, but we were able to get there and get pictures of the grave where it dug in before they filled it in. But there's cameras all around. And so we went in and talked to the people there and asked them about it. And they're like, we're not allowed to talk about this, And then finally the one, she goes, I'm retiring, so I don't care. She said, this is ongoing. This, whatever this thing is, it's digging up the graves, and we don't know why.
That is weird, though, why it's digging a grave up.
Yeah, and they had the video of it, and she says it's a werewolf. She goes, that's what it is. She goes, you ever see that movie, The Howling? That's what it looked like.
The old school, man.
And the police came in, they confiscated the video. So, but we've got the video. I believe it's on our website. If not, if anybody wants to contact me, I'll be happy to.
He'll share it.
I'll share the video. It's like I said, it's really, really neat.
Crazy, man, that it's digging into a grave.
I can only imagine that it's something to do with a scent.
Maybe right at the person is just passed away. Maybe they smell something coming through the dirt. I don't know.
Well, the hole was about 1.5 feet, about 2 feet deep. Okay, so we don't know what it was digging. I mean, it was a freshly buried grave.
Oh,
that's the thing. But there's something about cemeteries that is attracted to both Dogman and Bigfoot. Now, here in Cincinnati, where William Howard Harrison tomb is, up here in North Bend, there's a cemetery. Like, you go up a bunch of concrete steps or stone steps to get on top. I think the last person buried there was like right at the Civil War. So it's a very old cemetery, very beautiful. It's got all the, neat tombstones and so forth. And everybody goes up there and, they take pictures. And one of our team members went up there to do that, and stepped right up on top there, saw something digging in the ground. Kind of went over it a little bit, saw it, snapped the picture, and she ran. It was a Bigfoot. And, we have that picture also. And what's so unique about it is that the arm is out digging. And you know how the gorilla has like that massive hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like that. It's brown in color. The face is black and it has a black ear. So we ended up going up there and we found where it was digging, and we found like a root, long root like this that was using to dig with. But it wasn't digging in a grave. It was just digging in the ground.
That is so weird.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff, man.
Now, here's a question from Roger. He goes, talking with Stan Gordon back in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, he talks about orbs and UFOs in correlation with Bigfoot sightings. Have you heard of orbs or anything like that along with Bigfoot sightings?
When I was doing my Bigfoot research and even doing the UFO stuff, we've gotten cases like that where both are coincide together. Okay. Now, this is my opinion. Okay. In my opinion only. When people see a UFO and then they see a Bigfoot, I believe that there's a possibility that Bigfoot was abducted. Okay. That's why you see them. I don't see any other connection because they're not from outer space. They're not pets. There's no other reason for the two to connect other than abductions. And the reason why I say that, I spoke with a woman who was abducted, and she stated in the interview that there was a large hairy animal that looked like a gorilla, but it wasn't a gorilla. And she said it could have been a Bigfoot because it was huge that was laying on the table next to her.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking that's a possibility. Another possibility is that maybe they use some type of telepathy where they are able to control them to do something. Maybe to use the Bigfoot, if there's people around, to use the Bigfoot as a distraction from them.
Right.
So that's a possibility.
Yeah, because I was thinking of adding on to that too. I've heard, hearing things and watching some of these shows. Do you think that Bigfoot and all of that has something to do with the government, aliens? It's where it's like a distraction for us.
Well, here's the thing. If the government can weaponize it, they're going to weaponize it.
Right.
Okay? Perfect example. Everybody knows about the story about The Exorcist.
Right.
Okay? It was a boy, not a girl. But the whole bedroom, the bed, the dresser, the rug, the pictures on the wall, everything is in a bunker at Andrews Air Force Base. So why does the United States Air Force have possession?
Yeah, right.
All that stuff from The Exorcist. Okay, other than trying to weaponize it. And if they can take something and weaponize it, take a dog man. How horrifying would that be for, you're in the battlefield and you see these things? I mean, how horrible would that be? I mean,
that'd be crazy, right?
It would. I mean, when I was in Iraq, I remember talking with a sniper that at Camp Victory in Baghdad, and he sat there and said he was on top of a building. And he's got night vision on, and he's watching people to see what they're doing, if they're gonna do a car bombing or something like that. And he saw this animal that was like a wolf, and it was walking on all fours, and it goes up on two legs, and three guys come out, and he said this damn thing pounced these guys, literally just ripped them apart.
Wow.
And we've heard stories about that, and in Iraq and Afghanistan,
right?
These type of creatures.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I know, right? What it? Laura says I've never heard of Dog Man either.
Yeah.
Bob said at the cemetery, stage meat
Yeah.
could been. And Roger goes, "What's the name of the cemetery in Cincinnati?"
I can't think of the name of it at the top of my head, but if you know where
North
William,
Bend.
what's his name? William Henry Harrison tomb is,
Right.
they're in North Bend. It's like if you're standing right in front of his tomb, just turn around and just walk up those steps, and it's right there.
Right up there.
Okay.
I can't
Bob
think of the
goes,
name of it.
aliens come here to find Bigfoots, trying to learn on the fly.
Yeah, could be, man.
You just never know, right?
No, I mean, it's a strange world we live in, and yeah,
It is a strange
crazy.
world. We don't know what's out there.
No, we don't.
Now, there's a place that I wanted to tell you about where Patty goes walking. I've been there with her a couple times up here by Miami University in Oxford. It's
Yeah.
one of their reserves out there where the kids, for nature and stuff. The trails back there just blows me away of some of the things that we've ran across. Like the upside down trees, you could tell it just looks like it was yanked completely. Now, why would somebody go way off their main path, to do this? And it was turned upside down and slammed into the ground. And then there's
Give me pictures of that.
We'll go out there and see if we can find that, and I'll share it.
Is that what's that national forest right there?
Houston Woods is out there. It's not Houston Woods. It's
on the other side of Houston Woods.
It's part of like Miami University's study grounds or something. But there's a bunch of trails.
Yeah, there's a bunch of trails out there. We'll go out there and see if we can find it, and I'll send you some.
Yeah, definitely take pictures of it. Yeah, because
that's a place you guys can probably check out. Because that whole area back through there, Houston Woods, and all down I-77, 177, where 73 and 177 and 127, that's nothing but wooded area for miles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've been having a lot of Bigfoot sightings up in that area. They actually had, I don't know what part of 77 it was, but they've had 3 rake sightings on 77.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is.
And the sad thing is that's only like 20 minutes from here. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And usually I go out there alone.
Yeah, she does. She walks those. She said, I'm going to go take, when our dog was alive, Harley, she would take her out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, don't do that.
No, you don't. No. I mean, we have Hamilton County Park. They built like behind our house, across the, it's Route 50. Beautiful park. It's got like a mile loop you can walk, and it has a bunch of woods in the back with trails. And we have a fountain, okay, like at the end of my street. And what's kind of weird about it, it's got an Indian sitting on top, but it's got werewolves' heads going around it, which is really odd. And it's been there.
It fits you for your neighborhood.
Yeah, and it's been there since the 30s. So I contacted the Historical Society and said, can you tell me something about this fountain? Why does it's got werewolf heads on it?
Yeah.
And they're like, we've been trying to figure it out ourselves. Okay, but we're not getting any answers because we don't know.
I understand the Indian, but what's up with the werewolves?
Right.
Yeah, which is odd. Yeah. And he goes, why do you want to know? I mean, just curiosity. Because I said, this is what I do. This is my site. And she goes, my best friend just yesterday had a werewolf sighting over in Fairbanks Park when they were walking her dog.
Right.
Just yesterday. Yeah. She was like, man, that's odd. So she put me in contact. We went over there. They showed me where the sighting was. I found two really beautiful tracks. One's a handprint, the front paw, and then the back paw. And now at the time, my dog, Max, he was 155 pounds.
Yeah, big German Shepherd, man.
Big dog. This thing was double his track. because I made a casting of his track, and I have it next to these tracks. And I mean, this thing was, I mean, they're huge. I mean, it's the front one has it's 3 fingers and like a thumb, and you can see where the thumb is. I mean, it's perfect.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, we have the pictures, I know, in the evidence section on our website. But what's so weird is, um, I was just got over a really bad kidney infection. So the people end up leaving and stuff because I was out there doing all kinds of stuff. I had to use the bathroom, so I like urinated out by the tree there. I normally don't do that, but I mean I only have one kidney, and so I was like,
gotta go. You gotta go.
You gotta go. And what is so freaking weird about this whole thing is about a day later, I go out and my wife leaves for work, and she pulls out and she goes on 50 and she gives me a call and she goes, "Hey, there's a bunch of black SUVs blocking both entrances of the park."
Uh-oh.
Which is really weird. And there's people wearing black walking around there. And she goes, "I don't know what's going on, so be careful." I'm like, okay. So I go out with my dog and we're walking. Like at the end of the street, there's like maybe 3-4 houses, and then there's an apartment complex, and the road kind of like turns, and there's a big house with a big tree like there at the curb. So a car goes by, and he throws on his brakes, and then he just like hauls. I mean, he just like hauls. There's something large by the tree, kneeling by the tree. My dog would not go any further. And my dog was not afraid of anything. I'm not kidding. He would not move. He was yiping, his tail was back in, and he just wouldn't go anywhere. So we went back home, and he would not leave the yard. He wouldn't even go out into our fenced backyard with them. And this is really unusual because he sent something was there. So one morning we went to go out, and I couldn't get him out to leave the yard. So I brought him back in. We have a large bay window, and he's sitting on the couch where he looks out the bay window. I'm in the kitchen making some coffee. He just goes ape crap. I mean, he's going nuts, jumping off the couch, jumping back on the couch, barking out the window. I look, I don't see anything. I open the door, don't see anything. Okay. So I like, calm down. Everything's fine. So it starts to get a little bit light. And I'm getting ready to go to VA. And there's this like yellow liquid on the hood of my car. It looked like there's something urinated on it. Okay. No. And it was a cold morning, and there's a paw print on my door with claw marks. I got a picture of it. I mean, this is like weird. I'm not kidding. So I'm like thinking, I investigated this area where this dog man was. I urinated. It picked my scent up.
And it found you.
And it found me. And it came to my house. And that my dog was going crazy because he's seen it.
That's crazy.
Okay. Now, this is where it gets really, really strange. Okay.
Like that. Hold up. Like that's not strange enough.
No, it's not. Okay. So I'm with my wife in her car. All right. We're driving. We get pulled over. Okay. Cop says, "You have expired tag." No, I don't have expired tags. I pull out the paper. Here's a paper. This is where it is. He goes, "Nope, it shows they're expired." Got a $130 ticket. I'm like, "You are nuts."
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're nuts. 24 hours later, I get pulled over for the same thing in my car. I'm like, man, this is nuts. I've got the tax. I've canceled checks from the DMV to back this up. I go to court, I fight it. The judge says, state says you don't have any registration on the car. So I go to the DMV and I said, I lost in court. I got 2 tickets. There's nothing on there. The girl's looking, and I'm not kidding you. Her word was, who'd you make mad? Because you were erased. Your vehicles were erased.
What?
Literally. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Literally erased. So I'm like really getting angry. Okay. Got it straightened out. Okay. So about 2 days later, I'm getting ready. I had an early VA appointment. It's still dark out. My dog's sitting on the couch looking out the window. Go out to the car. My wife is still in there at the time. Didn't lock the door because she's going to be leaving. Turned on the car and my wallet. Okay. Nice neighborhood. No one's going to steal the car, right?
Yeah.
So I run in, walk in through the living room, going to grab my wallet off the table. I come back in. My dog is literally he was looking out the window and literally on the ground like this. I mean, literally on the ground like this. Wouldn't move. My car is gone. Okay. Now, somebody would have walked up and grabbed my car. My dog would have went crazy.
Yeah.
Would have went crazy. Okay. So I call the police. Well,
yeah, I would have been barking. He'd been going crazy.
He would have been going crazy. He would have saw because he always looks out that window. So there was a shooting in Cincinnati. So none of the cops were able to come to my house until like 9:30. So I give him the description of the car and stuff. And he goes, wait a minute. I saw your car this morning down at the end of the street. And there was 2 DNR vehicles and some people around your car. So he put me in his car. We go down. There's my car sitting at the end of the street. Okay. So what were the DNR people around my car for? Okay. Then I find out, well, the DNR has a device that puts off a sonic sound that no one can hear us except for like dogs or, bears or something like that they can literally make the animal run or put the animal down. And I'm thinking that's what they used on my dog. So I'm thinking all this is connected because this incident, because I posted about this incident, I posted the pictures and everything. So I figured, I'm being screwed with because, of this dog man case. And the witnesses that I talked to, their phone number was disconnected, and I spoke with the lady from the Historical Society, and she's like, I have no idea where they are. I have no idea where they are. They got up and moved. I mean, it's just like, it was all kinds of crazy stuff where, they let me know, I guess, that I was interfering on something. I was that close because I brought that thing out of the woods, I guess, and it stalked me. So and
then you got to think your wife saw the black SUVs, and Bob even said here in chat, Men in Black are real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crazy thing is right now, as you're telling this story, the whole time we've been talking, we have had any problems with anything, but when you start talking about this story, some of the stuff was blocked.
Yeah,
literally.
You start freezing up a little bit.
No joke.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, this has happened. I mean, I did a lecture at a coffee house in Hyde Park. My wife is there. My brothers were there, all witnesses. And 2 guys come in and wearing suits, dark suits. They go sit in the back. I'm giving my lecture. They're writing everything down. I mean, literally writing all this stuff down. I get done with the lecture. They came up, showed me their identity. They were from the NSA. And now, like I said, I have all these people to back this story up. And they told me I had a nice lecture. It was very informative, and I am not kidding you. I said, well, if you guys want a copy of it, I'll give you a copy because we already have it. I'm not kidding. He actually said that, and he says, don't be surprised if someone comes to you from an agency and asks you questions about Dogman.
Really?
Yeah, no kidding. And lo and behold, 3 months later, I get a call on my phone. It's all zeros, right? So I answer it because sometimes government puts all zeros in VA.
Yeah, like for the VA and stuff.
Yeah, like the VA and stuff, So I answer it, and this guy says, he's special agent so and so, and he wants to talk to me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, and I'll talk to you, but we're going to do it in a public place. So we went to a restaurant, and so I'm there first. So I'm looking out the window. SUV pulls up. 3 guys get out. He's talking with the 2 guys. They go back in the vehicle. He comes in, walks straight over to the table right where I'm at. Didn't even look for me or anything. He just knew right where I was.
He knew where you were and who you
were. So just gradually talking, hi, how you doing? How are things going? Blah, blah, blah. Just being real friendly. So a couple of things that threw me off about him is that, he's dressed really nice, really young guy. His hair's like, greased back.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice cufflinks. But he has a Mason ring on his pinky.
Oh.
Okay. Now, federal agents are not allowed to wear any other ring, no jewelry whatsoever, other than you can wear a crucifix under your clothing, but you can wear your wedding ring. That's it. You cannot wear any other type of jewelry.
Oh.
Okay. So he shows me a picture. Well, several pictures, because I'd like to have your opinion on this. It was a dead dog man. He goes, we didn't kill it. It was hit by a vehicle. So what's your opinion on it? And it looked real. This thing was mangled. It was really mangled. The hands look very human. 4 digits. The legs were very much like a dog had a tail. The genitals were human. I am not kidding you. They were almost like human. They were not canine genitals on this animal. Okay. Massive chest, high, pointed ears, wolf face, it looked real. It really did. So we talked about it. And the second set of pictures that he showed me, and to go do a little bit of a backstory, I did a show and someone asked me about, well, when people see Dogman, they hear popping sounds. Okay. And I said, what I believe is that when this thing's on all 4s and it stands up, you hear the popping sound. I think it has a separate set of joints and the hips and then the arms. Okay. So where it's able to stand up completely, and where the arms can go out like this and do all this kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. So he shows me a skeleton of a dog man. And it's everything that I said. I said a dog man, the sternum is one big bone going across the chest. One big where if you shoot it, it's going to take the impact because it's just one bone. And lo and behold, the skeleton in this picture was identical to everything that I mentioned in previous shows.
Wow.
Yeah. It had double joints. It had the massive sternum, double set of canines, canines and stuff. It was weird. And here's the thing. I'm thinking, why would the NSA? NSA is data collectors. That's all they are.
That's all they do.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was at a conference, an LBL conference, Dogman conference, and there was a federal agent that was retired there, and I was talking to him about it. He goes, well, one thing you need to understand is that, NSA is usually the most gentlest of the agencies, non-threatening. So any agency can get an ID because the badges are the same. It's the same for all of them. can get the ID for the NSA, and they go talk to people. They may be from the CIA or, Homeland Security or whatever, but they have the right to get another ID, for a different agency and go and say, this is what I'm at. And so that's why they use the NSA. So I don't know where these other,
So you don't think that they're actually NSA? They're from some other department.
They're probably from some other agency. But on the other hand, if someone's playing me, they put a lot of time, effort, and money into doing it.
Right.
And that was it. I've not had any contact whatsoever. But the website provider told us that a lot of 3 agent agencies are monitoring our site.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They're talking like the Defense Ministry of Canada. All these European defense ministries are been on our site. Australia, Japan, China, all of them has been on our site. So, I'm like, okay. Again, why would they do it?
Exactly.
Thinking it's, somebody who works for them. They're on break and they're popping on the internet, and they run across the street and they're looking because they're on the government computer. That's how I look at it. I mean, I don't, other than, we're giving them information that's on our website. We're doing the work for them.
Absolutely. As I say, you guys are the ground people.
Yeah.
Sharing it to them.
They don't have to do it. Yeah, they don't have to do it. They have us to do it. And and here's a weird thing. I was talking with a guy from a government agency one time, and he was telling me that they screw with ghost hunters. When you guys are getting EVPs, it's not really ghosts, it's them screwing with you.
Really?
Because they're able to pick these frequencies up. I mean, I don't know if that's true. But this guy was from a government agency. He was retired. He came to me about a whole different subject in the field, and we just happened to talk about it. And he brought that up. And he goes, "Yeah, we do a lot of that stuff. We're able to pick the frequencies up, and we play with ghost hunters." I'm like, man. That's not right.
Pretty messed up.
Don't they have anything better to do?
Yeah. Well, they just sit around. They don't have to, like Patty said, don't they have anything better to do?
But they have to be in the area. That's the thing. It's not like they're sitting in Washington, D.C. and they're picking up. I mean, they have to be in the area doing some type of operation.
Right. Yeah, like Laura said, like screwing EVPs, like yes,
that's exactly what I assumed.
Yeah, like the spirit box, like the ghost box. It's a little transistor radio. Yeah, it's the frequencies they can somehow interfere. Absolutely, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I see that happening because how much are they going to let us go for?
Yeah,
like we're all Bigfoot, crypt, ghosts, whatever. We're all their leg men.
Doing their work for them.
Doing their work, and that's
we're giving it to them for free.
Yeah, because there's been some investigations where you feel like you're being watched. Not from like the dead, but someone's watching you.
I've been on investigations where I hear radio chat in the woods.
Oh, now somebody watching you. Then.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, yeah, you hear the radio chat going on. So
yeah, like Bob just says. What frequency are they picking up? Talking?
I don't know. He didn't say. I mean, for all I know, he was pulling my leg. But there again,
you never know, though. You never
know. You don't.
We don't know.
Right. It puts me in mind of that road trip we took with Joedy to.
We went out to Mothman.
Right, and those.
Point Pleasant. Yeah.
Remember those?
Those domes.
Yeah, I was going to say, but not
those
really bunkers, but yeah, and we thought we were being tracked.
Yeah, remember we were standing in that one, and we told somebody,
we
told you got out and said, let me stand it because if that door closes, we're screwed.
Yeah, because I mean, we heard them. We heard communication.
We heard radios
and stuff.
See, I'm getting goosebumps. Like they were walking above us on that tree line.
Yeah,
that was creepy. That was creepy.
It was weird. Yeah.
And then when we walked to the car, we would have heard a car go by, but there was tire tracks that went by our car because it was a wet road.
Yeah. So they were out there. I mean, they
Oh
were
yeah,
watching
they're watching all of that because here we go. We're doing Bigfoot, Mothman, we're doing Ghost, whatever it is. You know, it's you're onto something.
So do you think dogmen are like a natural creation, or have they been created? You know,
I think they're natural. Yeah, they're natural. Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious because some of it sounds like they're hybrid. You know, I mean, you're talking about some sort of human genitals and some wearing clothing. So I don't know. It feels like a crossbreed, but I don't know. It's all new to me.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people in the chat going, "Wow, fascinating."
I know. Yeah.
I told him that they're going to enjoy Joedy when he comes on.
Well, now I need to look at the website.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look it up after this.
Yeah.
So, guys, remember to go to the North American Dogman Project.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it's
look
got
up
some good
Joedy
stuff on there.
And then reach out to him. Joedy, where can they find you? There and
you can find me on Facebook. My email is OC, the number 4, B as in boy, F as in Frank, S as in Sam at hotmail.com. So it's Oscar Charlie, the number 4, Bravo Frank Sam at hotmail.com. And you can reach me out through there. Like you said, Facebook. So yeah, Instagram. So yeah.
Bob even says, do we pay rent to investigate places for these agencies to troll us?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
really.
And then Roger talking about the genetic modification
possibility.
You just never know. I'm gonna put your website in here or your email for people. OC4BFS at Hotmail.
Bravo Frank Sam at hotmail.com.
There you guys can reach out. Have any questions? Joedy he's full of knowledge on this stuff, guys.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating. Like, look, now we're not talking about that. We have no interference with frequencies or internet.
Yeah, there's been no glitch.
But when he started talking about when he was in the park and he one kidney, he urinated, things started glitching through the show. And if you guys go back, it records. It'll be on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. You'll see that. And then he just says that they mess with everyone. So are they messing with this? You know, right now, we don't know if they're listening to us right now because you're on here, you know?
Yeah.
Great. Now
anything's possible.
Yeah, if somebody rings my doorbell and there's 2 men in suits, I'm going to be like, he's farther down south in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Here's his email, guys.
Here's his email.
Yeah, my email.
They already know that.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Joedy, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Not a problem. Yeah, definitely. I'll come back on if you.
Yeah, I definitely want to have you come back on.
Yeah, if you need somebody to come back on, let me know.
Right. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to you for the fall because I know you got a lot going on with your projects.
Yeah.
And have you come back on and we'll do a recap of see how things are going.
Sounds good.
Research. And we'll definitely have to get together and do something, even if it's just to catch up and do dinner.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, thanks again. You have a good night, buddy.
You too, brother. Be good.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Guys.
Wow.
That was a fascinating interview. Jody's he's been a great guy ever since I've known him. And I'm sitting here as we're talking, it's been 20 years. Roger, definitely reach out to him. What did Bob say?
I know. No, he won't. He doesn't go anywhere.
I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow, but the next time I leave the house, Roger, reach out to him. I know you're into that stuff, like the UFO and stuff. And guys, here's the question. Is Bigfoot connected to alien, and is alien connected to the government? You know what I'm saying? And for all of us paranormal people, investigators that does ghost. It wasn't it, Laura? It was fun.
Thank you, Laura.
Here's the thing. Do we not? I mean, that agency telling Joedy that, I don't think he really was just a joke. So guys, so now remember this. Next time you're going on investigation, you're posting things on social media. They're already on you. Be careful. Be on the lookout for that. See if you experience any of that.
Right. I'm like, I can't stop thinking about his car being taken. You know, like,
You got to believe it, Roger, right?
I know. I always say, "Oh, I don't think Bigfoot's real." I always say that, but you know what? Then we talk to Joedy, and he says things, and it's like,
yeah. Every time we talk to
Jeez.
Joedy, he always brings up these freaking hairs.
I know it.
And we knew another guy that wrote a book. He was abducted by aliens multiple times. Look him up, Stan Romanek.
And we had weird things happen when we had him on our show too. Now, that was the first show years ago.
Yeah, no, you're talking when we had
10 years ago or
the
so.
podcast Looking into the Unknown. That, my friends, was crazy.
Yeah.
Hearing his story. Now, there's been a few people that we've had on the show that the strange things happened on the show to whatever. Look, we're starting to get a glitch. Okay, we're good now. Is Carl Johnson that used to be on the Ghost Hunters? His stories were fascinating. Stan Romanek and Joedy.
Yeah.
Now think about this. That's fascinating. Right. Bob said it. He nailed it. We only know here's because guess what? On this right here, this point, and Joedy even said it. They put things out there to what? To distract us. So they put Bigfoot out here to distract what's up in the sky.
Yeah.
So, and just like social media, they put things out there to distract us guys from the true what's going on around us that we totally are so oblivious about. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's very much like watch this hand and not what I'm doing.
Yeah,
with this
because
one,
this hand is doing the work and the magic over here, but I've got you guys by strings over here. Like, here, puppy, here's your treat. Come on. And you're running because we're going to that hand because it's got the treat.
Heck yeah. Treats, I'm out.
Man, every time we talk to that guy, I got goosebumps.
I know it.
But you know what? I will share one story with what we did with Joedy. And Laura says, you're right, Patty.
Thank you.
We went to Salt Fork. Patty wasn't with us, but it was me and Jim and another team member, Patrick. We went up to an event there, a Bigfoot convention, to hang out with Joedy. And then that night he asked us to come up because we do paranormal. So he wanted to use us for audio in the woods as he's doing his research. So we're camping out through this whole area on the hill, and we're doing audio, real-time audio, which means we're putting our headphones on and we're listening what the recorder's picking up that we can't hear with our naked ear. That night was crazy because we were hearing things like, I'm not kidding you, and I put my hand up and I'll put it on the Bible. Some of the noises that this beast was making. I'm saying beast because that's when I stood up. I'm sitting against a tree almost to the top of this hill, pitch dark, and I hear this thing coming over the other side of the hill to where I went down the hill. And I'm like, guys, you got to hear this. I don't have the clips. Joedy does. But it blew me away. Of things out there. I even got this kid telling me that I need to run. I remember a kid telling me that I got to run. I'm like, why is this kid telling me?
Like an EVP?
Yeah, before that happened. Jim is over on the other side, probably 40, 50 yards from me. And he hears the same thing at the same time. Talking about fascinating. So, guys, we don't know what's out there when we're investigating because here's what we're doing. We're focusing on the story of what is on point, right? So if we're out there to talk to somebody that's in a cemetery, that's what we're focused on. We don't really open up all of our ears to hear everything.
But now what what do you tell everyone when we're investigating and everyone's looking at something? What am I doing?
Okay, yeah, this is something that I've noticed Patty doing for the past few years now. And I know she's been doing it a lot longer, but I've been noticing this when we're all looking. Let's say I'm gonna set you guys up in an investigation. We're in a big old creepy building with a long hallway. Let's just say we're in some kind of asylum. And we hear something down this way. We're all looking that way. Right? We're all focused. We're trying to see if it's going to come out of a room from the left to the right. What's Patty doing? She's got her back against me. I can feel her turn. She's looking the other way. Mm-hmm. What do you say?
It's a distraction. They're drawing everyone's attention so they can sneak up behind. And I just cannot, I can't take it. I have to be the lookout.
So something like that, it's got you thinking though, like government behind this?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, it opens up new doors now, right? Of hearing what Joedy had said about the agencies and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, Roger, right. Guess what my hand is doing, right?
No, thank you.
And then, Bob, they feed you with what they want you to believe. Just watch right. They want you to follow what they want you. Now, and here's the sad thing, people that's listening to my voice right now. The government's only a few hundred people. And how many billions of us are in the United States? Not just the United States, but the world. That we let this small group of people control us. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. But, wow.
We got really deep. My God, I'm exhausted. I am. Like
Patty's wore out.
Yeah, my brain is just.
That was a good tonight. Guys, if you guys have been through the whole night hearing the stories, it's been a great night. Mm-hmm. I missed it. Next week, guys, we have Travis Short. We're going to be talking about, this week is Dogman, Bigfoot, werewolves. Next week is, we hit it a little bit with Joedy, Mothman. Stay tuned. I was talking to Travis today, and he's going to be at the Mothman Festival in September and would like for us to come down.
Okay.
So, guys, if you guys are not doing anything in September and you guys want to come and meet us at the Mothman Festival in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, come on out.
Yeah.
How tall is who? Travis, he's short. He's a good friend of ours too that we've known. I've known Travis just as long as I've known Joedy. And Travis was not at the wedding, but Joedy was, because he's a dear friend, and it was great. My mom loved him, and we were talking about him tonight and got us talking about our wedding and things. So
yeah, Jack always loved him too.
Yeah, he loved Jack. And so yeah, guys. Are you going, Roger? Because we're going to be there. I think we're going to go. If we're not doing Entity Explorers, we're going to be there.
Yeah, we've not been to the festival before, but we've been to Point Pleasant.
We've been to Point Pleasant investigating. We were doing a lot of different things. We were doing the paranormal, because, there's been sightings of Bigfoot over there as well. With Joedy, that's why we went. It's something cool that we wanted to do together. So, guys, thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate you guys. And, Roger's going. Yeah, sweet. Then we'll be there, buddy. Yeah. We're going to have Travis says we're going to meet up and have a beer and a Mothman pizza. So if you're around, join us.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely. Guys, have a good night and a great week. And we'll see you next week with our guest, Travis Short. Guys, always keep looking into the unknown.
Peace.